WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. State leaders in the deaf community are urging federal lawmakers to pass a bill to help prevent more carbon monoxide deaths from keyless cars. They say it needs to be passed now. We told you about the problem last month after the death of Connie Dotson, a deaf Lexington woman and advocate. Friends say carbon monoxide seeped into her home after she parked her keyless car in her garage and unknowingly left it running. As Garrett Weimer reports, technology the bill would require just might have saved her life.
Here at the Kentucky Commission on the Deaf and Hard of Hearing, they know far too many stories of folks accidentally leaving their keyless cars running.
But it's happening too often for us to sit quietly.
Advocates here say the deaf and hard of hearing are particularly vulnerable to it. With carbon monoxide, it can have deadly consequences. They hope a new bill could prevent some of those deaths.
This is called the Park It Act, and that's an acronym for Protecting Americans from the Risk of Keyless Ignition Technology Act. Everybody should be able to park it and not have to worry about it.
The Park It Act was introduced in February but has stalled in Congress, stuck in a Senate committee. The bill would require automatic shut-off systems in cars. The commission says after the death of their friend Connie Dotson, they realized just how prevalent the problem was, sparking an urgent mission to pass what they believe is life-saving technology.
I hope that we can encourage not just our community, but everybody to contact their congressmen, legislators, and tell them, please act on this. People are dying.
Toyota has announced this summer auto shutoff will be a feature on most 2020 models. Some others, including Ford and GM, already have a similar feature. As far as making it a federal requirement, advocates say they're not sure what the holdup is, because they say one more carbon monoxide death is one too many. In Frankfort, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
The Park It Act would also require technology to prevent rollaways. The bill is sponsored by Senator Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut. In Bell County, 3 people are facing charges after a drug investigation. Yesterday, deputies were serving a warrant at a home for trafficking meth. They were able to arrest 2 suspects, 31-year-old Jeffrey Inman and 33-year-old Julie Miller-Smith. While on the scene, a 3rd suspect arrived at the home, and they arrested 45-year-old Juanita Smith Messer for outstanding warrants. All 3 were taken to the Bell County Detention Center and face several charges, including trafficking in a controlled substance.
It's been a pretty nice day here in the mountains. A few of us have dealt with those isolated rain chances, but as we go ahead and take you here in Hazard outside the front porch, we have been dry throughout the day. A few clouds earlier when I came into work, and now we're seeing really those mostly sunny skies. Looking over into Stonecrest, they're starting to see those clouds increasing a little bit. We're seeing a little bit of those pop-up showers and storms definitely around the area. You can see it here really along the looking up to the north, Big Sandy region, I-64, even over into parts of West Virginia. I know Mingo and Logan County got hit with a pretty nasty storm earlier, so we're seeing that trend really continue. There's a few storms just north of McGoffin County and parts of Morgan County. Keeping an eye on that one. That heavy downpour looks like it's starting to move into parts of Powell and even into parts of Estill County. But temperatures, especially if you're not getting any of that rain, it's hot out there. Those upper 80s to lower 90s if you're looking out towards Richmond and even Danville. And nice 73 in Logan, where you guys got a little bit of a cool off earlier. Could be feeling like the lower 90s for some out there. Those dew points definitely on the sticky side, but after that front moves through tonight, we'll hang on to those partly cloudy skies. We'll cool off a little bit into about those lower 60s. I'll have a look at that full forecast, including the weekend, coming up in just a few short minutes.
All right, Paige, thank you. The new Knox County Detention Center is almost finished, and officials say it is long overdue. Overcrowding in the current jail has been a problem for many years, and a delay in the opening of the building has them even more anxious to move inmates into the new jail. WYMT's Hannah Reynolds talks to officials about what the new facility will mean for Knox County.
After Knox County jailer Larry Hammond's death, his wife, the current Knox County jailer, made it her mission to expand the jail as Larry wanted, which is an increasing necessity.
The jail's supposed to hold 35 inmates, but we have well over 220 to 240 county inmates, so we try to keep a little over 100 with us.
The rest of the county inmates are sent to 6 other jails, simply because there's not room for them. And this is due in part because the jail faces many of the same issues seen across the state.
There is a lot of different problems, but the opioid drug problem is the worst, and it's usually what touches a lot of the offenders.
County officials say the new facility will help both the inmates and the county.
We're going to expand on that program, work release as far as cleaning up our community, keeping weeds and intersections and stuff like that, mold.
But there is a short delay to finish the facility.
There's some sophisticated equipment that goes in the air damper system that has to be approved before there's a certificate of occupancy approved through the state.
Knowing what the new jail will bring and alleviate is making officials all the more ready to get inside. In Knox County, Hannah Reynolds, WYMT Mountain News.
Crews say they expect to have the jail finished by the end of September. A manhunt continues tonight for an escaped inmate in Tennessee accused of killing a corrections administrator on the prison grounds before he took off Wednesday. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation says 44-year-old Curtis Ray Watson is extremely dangerous and may have left the state. Watson had been serving a 15-year sentence for aggravated kidnapping. Officials say he worked at the prison as a farm laborer and escaped on a tractor. Watson is suspected of murdering 64-year-old Corrections Administrator Deborah Johnson in her home on prison grounds the morning he escaped. The reward for information leading to Watson's capture is now more than $52,000. We are learning new information about the El Paso, Texas mass shooting. A detective says the suspect, Patrick Crucius, confessed after surrendering and said he was targeting Mexicans. He opened fire inside a Walmart Saturday, killing 22 people. Police recently learned his mother called police weeks before the attack, saying she was concerned that he owned an assault rifle. But police say she had no fear of violence and was just worried about her son's lack of experience with the weapon. Earlier today, there was a ceremonial signing for a new law aimed at making it easier for low-level felons to have crimes removed from their record. Senate Bill 57 will expand the number of Kentuckians eligible to have low-level felonies expunged. It will do this by expanding discretionary expungement to all Class D felonies, with some exceptions for crimes such as abusing children and sexual abuse. That law includes a $250 application fee and provisions for prosecutors to object and judges to reject the applications if they feel it is necessary. The Nation of Patriots National Flag Tour stopped in Pike County today. The tour, organized by motorcycle riders across the country, kicked off earlier this year in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Today, a group from Johnson City, Tennessee, brought the tour to Mineshaft Harley-Davidson of Pikeville. WYMT's Buddy Forbes spoke to those involved to find out why they are involved.
That is the sound of freedom, or more accurately, the sound of people covering the country in red, white, and blue.
It's important to keep freedom in the minds of people. So many people have sacrificed so much for us to be able to get out on a beautiful day like this.
Groups of motorcycle riders across the United States have joined together to give the American flag the attention they believe it deserves.
They provide a freedom for our country, and they sacrifice their lives and limbs and time with their family and stuff, so it's just benefiting them.
Instead of letting their flag wave, the Nation of Patriots is letting it ride.
We work through a network that's set up to go from dealer to dealer, hog chapter to hog chapter, and we move that flag throughout all the states of the U.S.
using a relay-style system to pass it on to other people who have the same mission.
There's a pledge that discharges one rider and picks up another rider.
Veteran Robert Williams accepted that mission Friday with plans to embark on his journey, taking the flag from Pike County to West Virginia, a mission he takes seriously.
When you're younger, you're a veteran, you serve your country, but it doesn't mean as much. But as you get older, you get more patriotic.
But he says it is not just about getting the flag to every state. During the journey, members are raising awareness and money for America's veterans.
100% of what's donated goes straight to the veterans.
The group uses its funds to support veterans in need and help struggling military families.
Ride in honor. for country and for all those who protect it.
Which they say is the least they can give for those who gave their all. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WIMT Mountain News.
The flag will leave Pikeville tomorrow, headed for Princeton, West Virginia. From there, you can follow its journey on the tour website, nationofpatriots.org. Well, happening today, more deals at Kings Island to our north in Ohio. First responders get in free this weekend. It's for all active fire, police, and safety personnel. That includes EMTs, investigators, 911 dispatchers, and crime lab techs. All you'll need is a valid fire and police photo ID. Badges are accepted if you also have another form of photo ID with it. That offer started today and it continues through Sunday. Families get discount tickets. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, there could be new hope for people with obsessive compulsive disorder. Hear about the latest treatment option.
And high pressure sets up as we head into the weekend, which means more sunshine. Will also be warming up, especially as we head into your Sunday, and there's more rain on the way. I'll have all those answers coming up in just a few short minutes.